Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a lot of bad fires in the news this morning, including a house fire in Avon that badly damaged a log cabin and resulted in the loss of several animals. Plus, as the Washington County budget crisis continues, many state lawmakers are now proposing bills to help the county's finances. And a new candidate has announced to run for governor. We'll hear all about Jonathan Bush's campaign announcement. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us. Janessa Bishop has this hour off. We appreciate you being there. Coming up over the next hour, we'll have those stories. We'll also meet our pet of the week and a lot more to tell you about. But first, a check of the forecast. It's looking like a nice day today. Saw some sunshine this morning when it finally rose, but you'll notice things are certainly cooling off. Yes, fall is here. It looks like we'll have a lot of fall weather moving forward, too. Let's start things by checking in with Devin Biggs for a first look at our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. Look at this. Some advisories. We have frost advisories further off toward the west that will expire this morning at around 8 a.m. To the west, freeze warnings will then take over later on tonight. And then we also have freeze warnings in effect at this moment, and those will also carry over later on tonight and parts of Friday morning. So, of course, hitting the end of the growing season with these freeze warnings that are up to the north. I think it's safe to say growing season is about over. Now, we also have small craft advisories up farther down toward the south. At the moment, we have nothing up on the radar and satellite. Some returns in Canada and showing up as snow. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but it's kind of interesting whatever's going on there this morning. But at the moment, as we zoom things out, the rest of the Northeast looking pretty quiet at the moment after a cold front has since passed through. Futurecast showing a quiet day under a partly cloudy sky, clearing out tonight with an opportunity for another frost and freeze on the way. Hourly forecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky, temperature is in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. We got to tell Devin that Janessa went home sick today. Boy, that cold is going around. All right, in today's news, a terrible house fire in the town of Avon not only destroyed the house, but also killed a number of animals. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, over a dozen pets were lost in the fire on Tuesday night. Officials say local firefighters responded to a fire at 461 Mile Road around 9:30 p.m. The homeowners were not there at the time, but their 11 dogs and 4 cats were. None of them survived. Due to the extent of damage to the log cabin, the cause of the fire could not be determined. Meanwhile, a fire in Oxford that injured a little girl is believed to have been set by a 3-year-old child who was playing with a lighter. Crews responded to a camper fire on the Gore Road around 5 o'clock Tuesday night. Firefighters rescued a 7-year-old girl from inside that burning camper. She was later flown by Life Flight helicopter to Maine Medical Center and is expected to survive. Officials say the girl's 3-year-old sister managed to get out on her own before fire crews arrived. And according to the State Fire Marshal's office, it appears the fire may have been accidentally started by the 3-year-old playing with a lighter. A home and another camper on the property were not damaged. Authorities are asking for the public's help after a classic car belonging to a Vietnam veteran was stolen and then was found torched miles away. Just before 2 o'clock last Monday, Ron Soucy left his home in Levant to go visit a friend in Dexter. When he returned a few hours later, Soucy says his 1970 Buick was not in the driveway where he left it. Soucy says he checked his kitchen and found his keys were exactly where he left them. And before he had a chance to call police, Soucy says a state trooper appeared at his doorstep. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, shortly after 6 o'clock, firefighters responded to a report of a wildfire on the Fush Road in Ripley. They also found Soucy's stolen car on the property, and it had been burned. Soucy says he'd only had the car for a couple of years, and it was one of his most prized possessions, paying nearly $30,000 for it. Investigators are asking anyone with doorbell security or dash cam footage between Levant and Ripley from September 29th to check for the classic light yellow vehicle. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Maine State Police Dispatch or the State Fire Marshal's Office tip line. A man is facing arson charges following a fire that destroyed a business in downtown Bangor. 43-year-old James Emerson is accused of starting a fire on December 9th in 2024 in a Main Street apartment. The fire and water from fighting the blaze damaged apartments and also damaged the salty brick market beneath those apartments. According to the Bangor Daily, Emerson is now charged with arson, burglary, and aggravated criminal mischief for that fire, and he's already serving a sentence at the Mountain View Correctional Facility in Charleston for theft and criminal threatening charges in another case. Senator Angus King says he'll be sticking with his vote to reopen the government rather than continue the ongoing shutdown. In a statement set out on Wednesday, King said the imminent expiration of tax credits that make health insurance affordable for millions of people is a completely avoidable crisis. He says they should have been extended earlier this year when the Republican-only bill was passed, which he says did extend tax breaks for billionaires. King says his decision was an extremely hard one. In the statement, he says, quote, "As long as there are Republican senators willing to talk, I will be at the table. But as serious as the health insurance crisis is, I believe the shutdown itself and the additional powers it conveys to Donald Trump and his henchmen is the greatest risk. The greatest challenge our country faces right now is an accelerating slide toward authoritarianism." Well, multiple state lawmakers are hoping to help tackle the budget crisis underway in Washington County through a series of proposed bills. Our Grace Blanchard with that story.
Washington County is in the midst of a financial disaster, and now local lawmakers are trying to pull them out of it.
Nobody wants to be in this situation ever again.
The county is asking voters this November to approve an $11 million bond that aims to resolve their current deficit. Officials say the deficit is a result of miscalculating available funds over several years due to a lack of regular auditing between 2020 and 2024.
There's still a lot of things, a lot of unknowns, and there's a lot of faith that voters are going to have to take to vote for this.
If the bond does not pass, some fear county services will be drastically affected, if not completely shut down. Representative Will Toole, who also serves as a selectman for East Machias, has proposed a bill that would require county governments to present their annual budgets in a referendum. He believes it would establish checks and balances needed to prevent other county governments from landing in a similar predicament.
Our situation is more complicated, and certainly my bill in and of itself would not fully solve our problems, but it's one that I think is getting increasingly necessary.
Senator Mary Ann Moore, who represents all of Washington County, has also submitted an $8 million state bailout measure as an alternative to the bond and another measure to help counties and municipalities declare bankruptcy. The Office of Governor Mills says they are monitoring the proposals for next session. We reached out to county officials, but they were unavailable due to a budget advisory committee meeting. Grace Blanchard reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, groups of Mainers were stationed outside of hospitals around the state to speak with healthcare providers and patients alike. According to Megan Smith, a community organizer with the Maine People's Alliance, over 57,000 Mainers are at risk of losing their health insurance due to the spending cuts in the recent Republican-backed budget reconciliation bill. On top of that, the Maine People's Alliance estimates that many Mainers who do not lose their health care could see their premiums increase by an average of nearly 24%. Smith and other volunteers stood outside Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, where employees and patients expressed their concern that the increased prices and loss of health care could force the eventual closure of healthcare providers across the state.
For us, this is really pushing, helping to push that narrative for us and get those stories from people that are directly impacted, because those stories are what our politicians need to hear, not just data, not just, some numbers. They need to hear from people that are directly impacted.
Maine People's Alliance volunteers and employees were also reportedly set up outside of the B Street Health Center in Lewiston, Maine Health Stevens Hospital in Norway, and Northern Light Maine Coast Hospital in Ellsworth. A new gubernatorial candidate has officially announced his campaign, and he's part of a very well-known political family. Our Callie Warren takes us to Jonathan Bush's campaign announcement.
I am now, right now, a candidate for governor of Maine. A New York native businessman and cousin of both former Bush presidents has put in his bid for the Blaine House.
And I look forward right now, starting right now, to earning your vote.
Jonathan Bush is the co-founder and former CEO of healthcare tech company Athena Health. He made his campaign announcement at Athena Health's Belfast location, where he says his company brought numerous jobs to the Waldo County community.
We filled this place with 1,000 jobs.
Running as a Republican, Bush made his promise to dozens of supporters and Athena Health employees to improve Maine's job market and housing.
I think the one thing I want Mainers to know is that I'm a Republican. I think the definition of that is so in flux, is that I want Maine to know that, and I want them to know it as a good thing. Not as a cheap thing, not as an angry thing, as a thing that believes in the human condition, believes in others, believes in love. That's the most important thing for me first, and then we'll get to other things.
Bush announced his plan to start campaigning across the state with town halls, promising to lower taxes and improve Maine's economy if elected.
I think he will absolutely be able to gain bipartisan support. I'm someone that I believe that's very important. I think it's necessary, and if a Republican's going to win in this state, you better be able to get bipartisan support.
He is one of many to announce a gubernatorial run in the state, making for a full ballot in 2026. In Belfast, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
On Wednesday in Bangor, local lawmakers met to discuss the future of Maine Care members' non-emergency transportation service after the company had contracted to supply those rides filed for bankruptcy back in August. Our Doug Banks has those details.
There are thousands of Mainers that rely on transportation services to attend essential health appointments. Right now, that reliability is in jeopardy, specifically for Maine Care members whose transportation company Motive Care filed for bankruptcy back in August. On Wednesday, inside the Bangor Public Library, local legislators met to discuss the service's future.
It's starting to feel like Bangor has a target on their back, and it is no damn wonder that people don't trust the state. When the state keeps cutting funding for the very most vulnerable in our society.
Motive Care was awarded a 10-year, $750 million contract in 2023 to give Maine Care members transportation to medical appointments. However, officials say their complaint rates have risen.
I think people are concerned about the expenditure of tax dollars and what are we getting in return. And what we are getting in return is not quality service.
I'm not comfortable with a company that is going into bankruptcy handling this very vital task for that much money.
When they miss the ability to get to their medical care, that definitely impacts their health.
Lawmakers on Wednesday called upon Maine DHHS to reissue the contract to a new company to perform those transportation services.
We need to do it with providers who are from Maine.
Reissuing the current brokerage RFP is consistent with Maine's legal authority, and it is the duty to act in the best interests of Maine people under the law.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And Motive Care's response to our request for a comment can be found on our website at foxbangor.com. The story will also be updated as soon as Maine DHHS responds. All right, the time now is 8:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Piscataquis County students stepped out of the classroom yesterday to learn about future career opportunities. We'll take you along for that special outing. But first, another check of that forecast. A nice day ahead today, partly cloudy and windy with highs near 55 degrees. Tonight, there's a frost warning with lows dropping down to around 30. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs near 59. We'll be right back.
Look at this guy.
What? Yo, sick car, man. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Can I charge my phone? Ooh. Hey, can I get the password for the Wi-Fi?
Yo, let's change the music.
Bose? Dang. Have I got something in my teeth? Oh.
Loaded with features for everyone.
Nice, man.
How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Right now, lease a Hyundai Elantra SE for $169 a month or get 2.99% APR for 48 months. Visit your local Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
C&B Power Systems Inc., Moo Moo's Pub, R&K Variety, Hal McGeechan with Two Rivers Realty, Leo & Sons Auto Repair, K&M Auto Repair, Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, Maine Paving.
Pound the Pavement, Sunday, October 12th at the Sea Dog on the Bangor waterfront. Kids' Mad Dash of Color is back too. Register now at purpleirisfoundation.com. Sign up by September 1st and get a free t-shirt. Goodie bags for the first 200 people to register with gift cards randomly hidden inside. Start a fundraiser, win prizes. Cancer survivors sign up for free. Proceeds to support those battling cancer in Maine. Pound the Pavement, sponsored by the Sea Dog, the Maine Tavern, Somac America, Ice Pick Vodka, ABC7, and Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Maine is approaching peak foliage conditions heading into the holiday weekend. Maine Fall Foliage spokesperson Gail Ross says vibrant fall colors are unfolding all across the state, especially in central, coastal, and southern regions, where not as many leaves have fallen so far. She says it's an ideal time for leaf peeping enthusiasts to plan outdoor adventures and the many fall events happening around the state over the next couple of weeks before the foliage passes its peak. One of those is the Hirundo Wildlife Refuge's annual Fall Fest. Might want to go up there and check that out this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend to do it. Well, yesterday's rain didn't stop hundreds of Piscataquis County students from stepping out of the classroom and into the field to learn about future career opportunities. Our Alex Schley with that story.
Thursday, Piscataquis Environmental Education Collaborative held its annual Green Job Fair at the Law Farm and Nature Trails in Dover-Foxcroft. Hundreds of middle schoolers from across the region were invited to step out and explore careers that connect to nature and the outdoors.
We're just exploring careers in hands-on way. These are all careers that these kids have access to in Piscataquis County to do in the future.
This year's event featured more than 27 local businesses and organizations, including UMaine researchers, veterinarians, lumbermen, and Maine guides.
I like the game warden station. I literally like the station where the dog was, and it was finding people who can't get out of the woods by themselves. I like the concept of helping people and finding them and having family closure.
Weber says the goal of the job fair is to open students' eyes to careers they might not otherwise know exist.
This sector of jobs is something that unless you know somebody that does them, you don't really know that these are available to you. And they're very tangible, not necessarily sitting at a desk and doing desk work, but hands-on and exploratory and scientific. So we wanted to showcase them in an interactive way.
In Dover-Foxcroft, Alex Schley for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 8:18. Coming up after the break, California is becoming the first state to ban ultra-processed food in their school systems. Plus, a major breakthrough in the Middle East peace process as Israel and Hamas are agreeing to the first phase of a peace deal. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
I got hurt in a car accident. This has never happened to me before. What do I do now?
Here are the top 2 things you should do if you're hurt in a car accident. 1, don't say or sign anything with that insurance company. And 2, call the Twos so we can fight for the money you deserve.
I called the Twos guy. He made dealing with my car accident a breeze and settled my case for $400,000.
I'm your go-to guy.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Looking to power your home or business with efficiency and reliability? At Ideal Energy Solutions, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services, heat pump installation and service, and are an authorized Generac dealer, built to keep you running in any weather. We're proud registered vendors with Efficiency Maine, from residential upgrades to commercial installations. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Dexter Regional High School has been named a finalist in the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights football giveaway, putting the school in the running for a grand prize of $1 million. We encourage everyone to vote for Dexter High at votedexter.com. Brought to you by Howard Insurance Dexter and Berg Activewear in Corinna.
This morning, California becoming the first state to ban ultra-processed food in schools. Supporters call it a win for health, but opponents say it could drive up costs. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, a first-in-the-nation effort to help get school children healthy. On Wednesday, California Governor Gavin Newsom signing a bill that will phase out certain ultra-processed food from school meals.
We're raising the future leaders, and we should be feeding them things that are not harming them.
Experts say the legislation includes the first science-backed legal definition of ultra-processed foods, and the law requires any food under this new definition to be banned from schools starting in 2035. An agency that represents major food manufacturers opposing the legislation, saying some companies may not be able to adjust all of their recipes to meet the new requirements, and warning that changes could drive up prices. According to the CDC, kids get nearly 2/3 of their calories from ultra-processed foods, which have been linked to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. But moving away from ultra-processed foods can be expensive, and as of now, there's no money attached to the bill.
It's more expensive to get healthy fruits and vegetables into schools.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has referred to ultra-processed foods as poison and has said that the FDA would establish a federal definition by the end of this year that would allow the Trump administration to address concerns with the foods nationwide. Legislatures nationwide have recently introduced more than 100 bills hoping to ban or require labeling of chemicals that make up some ultra-processed foods. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Well, we're off to a good start today. Some nice sunshine out there this morning. Let's check back in with Devin for your full forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Already advisories to talk about. A frost advisory further off toward the west that will expire at 8 a.m. this morning. And then freeze warnings take over further off toward the west. Later on tonight through parts of Friday morning, freeze warnings up for parts of Bangor and areas nearby. Not only this morning, but those also continue for parts of tonight through parts of Friday morning. I think it's safe to say the growing season pretty much about over for us. I think this freeze warning will pretty much end things, and also a small craft advisory along the coast. Wave heights are active out there at around 2 to 5 feet this morning, even more active farther out towards sea at around 11 feet at this moment in time. Radar and satellite, the cold front has since passed through, and a little bit of return showing up on there this morning, trying to show a little bit of clouds, and it's trying to show a little bit of what looks like to be some snow in Canada. That's pretty interesting this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. So definitely hitting that time of the year where I wouldn't be surprised. So that's definitely an interesting return showing up on the radar picture there this morning. But of course, nothing to worry about for us. We're going to be quiet out there for us today. That cold front has since passed through. High pressure, there it is right there. That's going to be the case for us today, and it's going to be a beautiful one out there with a partly cloudy sky, a little bit cooler. Some gusty winds to watch out for, but those will calm down overnight for us with a mostly clear sky. Another frost and freeze on the way for us. Then as we head towards your Friday, another mostly sunny sky. And then once we head towards Friday night, a few passing clouds, but still overall will be mostly clear. But overall for today, here's what we're looking at. Mid-50s, partly cloudy and windy, and that northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Overnight, mostly clear. There's that frost and freeze with lows in the low 30s. West wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly sunny, and a southwest breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Mostly sunny for your Saturday with highs in the mid-60s, lower 60s for your Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky, and then rain chances for your Monday with highs in the mid-50s.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Wake up to a sausage McMuffin with egg for $3 and any size iced coffee for $1.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheath gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Sunday. This is your day, so start it like you mean it.
Now let's go out there and do what we're supposed to do, baby.
Get locked in at 11 a.m. with Fox NFL Kickoff.
I'm excited to watch this game.
Then at noon, it's America's #1 pregame show as the best crew in the biz hype you up for a full day of football.
Bring it. I like it.
What a catch! Start the best day the best way with back-to-back pregame shows every Sunday on Fox.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Grab any size iced coffee for $1.29 and pair it with a bagel sandwich.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A new legal battle is brewing as Democrats push back against President Trump's decision to deploy National Guard troops in several major cities. Hundreds of protesters marched in Chicago overnight as guardsmen reported for duty. The troops are now working under federal orders, which allow them to deploy for up to 60 days. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the story.
This morning, 500 National Guard troops are on the ground in the Chicago area, tasked with protecting federal facilities on the order of President Trump. It comes despite fierce opposition from local leaders and residents who took to the streets in protest overnight.
I can't believe I have to say troop movements in a city in the United States, but that is what we're talking about.
Illinois' governor, attorney general, and Chicago's mayor have all called Trump's move unconstitutional. Trump taking to social media in response, writing, quote, "Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also." The governor firing back.
He's demented, literally, unhinged. And this is somebody who's so insecure that he lashes out pretending that he can come arrest people for no reason at all.
One judge who will weigh in on the legality of the Chicago deployment later today, telling the administration earlier this week, "If I was the government, I would strongly consider taking a pause on this." Despite the warning, Trump pushed ahead with the deployment and threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act, which was last used during the LA riots in the 90s.
If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that.
For now, the guardsmen are expected to provide additional security at the Broadview ICE Processing Center, where alleged inhumane conditions have sparked protest. And Trump has also tried to deploy guardsmen in Portland against Oregon's wishes. Later today, judges there and in Illinois are expected to decide if the troops can stay. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, Bitcoin ATMs are popping up all over the country in supermarkets, liquor stores, and bodegas. But critics say these machines are a hit with scammers as well. Bitcoin ATMs can seem like a quick way to buy crypto, but they're also a favorite tool for scammers. Here's what you should know. Scammers may trick you into needing to pay a fee using Bitcoin. They can instruct you to withdraw cash or deposit into a Bitcoin ATM and then send Bitcoin to their own wallet. Bitcoin transactions, though, can be hard to trace, so it's almost impossible to get your money back once it's sent. Critics are asking those who use Bitcoin to be very cautious. In other news, a breakthrough in the Middle East peace process, with Hamas agreeing to the first phase of a peace deal to end the conflict in Gaza with Israel. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio also has that story.
This morning, a major step towards ending the war in Gaza after Israel and Hamas agreed to the first phase of a peace plan.
The world has come together around this deal, and that's something I would say that without that wouldn't happen.
President Trump saying the deal means all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line. Relatives of the hostages speaking to the president overnight after hearing their loved ones would soon be released.
Thank you. You just take care of yourselves. The hostages will come back. They're all coming back on Monday.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu saying, "I thank President Trump and his team from the bottom of my heart for their commitment to this sacred mission of freeing our hostages." Hamas releasing a statement saying that it will not abandon our people's national rights until freedom, independence, and self-determination are achieved. In the streets of Tel Aviv overnight, families seen popping champagne and celebrating. However, experts warn major hurdles remain ahead. Netanyahu has said that Israel won't end the war unless Hamas disarms, a condition Hamas has firmly rejected. Neither side has mentioned disarmament since peace talks began.
I would personally venture out to say that the war is far from over and that we don't know what happens after this phase is over.
Experts say that even if the agreement does lead to a ceasefire, rebuilding Gaza may be an even greater challenge. In the meantime, much-needed humanitarian aid will now be allowed into Gaza. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up on the second half of the newscast, Disneyland and Disney World are raising their prices for single-day tickets. We'll have details on that. And we'll also meet our pet of the week. Don't go away. More Good Morning Maine coming up.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a 5th-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back. Today is Thursday, October 9th, 2025, and it is also International Beer and Pizza Day, one of my new favorite holidays. When you think of pizza, you most likely think of Italy. But did you know the first pizza was made by the Greeks and Egyptians? Pepperoni may be the most popular topping in today's world, but in ancient times, the Greeks and the Egyptians coated their flatbread pizza in olive oil and spices. Today's holiday calls for enjoying your favorite pizza and then washing it down with a cold beer. Sounds pretty good, huh? All right, time for some history. It was on this day back in 1635, religious dissident Roger Williams was banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Williams, the founder of Rhode Island, had spoken out against the right of civil authorities to punish religious dissension and to confiscate Native American land. In 1888, the public was admitted to the Washington Monument for the first time, and in 1936, the Hoover Dam began producing electricity and then transmitting it to Los Angeles. In 1986, on this date, Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Phantom of the Opera premiered in London, and in 1990, 1,000 radio stations from 100 countries simultaneously broadcast John Lennon's Imagine on what would have been his 50th birthday. And finally, in 2010, a drill finally broke into the underground chamber where 33 Chilean miners had been trapped for more than 2 months. A specially designed capsule was then lowered into the chamber to rescue the miners one by one. People all around the world were glued to that and were celebrating when they finally came out. Today's birthdays include TV personality Sharon Osbourne, who is 73, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Jackson Browne is 77, and Blue's Clues actor Steve Burns is 52 years old today. My kids grew up watching him, and as a parent, I watched him a lot too. Happy birthday to you also if your birthday is today. All right, before we move ahead, we're going to turn things back over to Devin for a look at that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. Look at this. Some advisories. We have frost advisories further off toward the west that will expire this morning at around 8 a.m. To the west, freeze warnings will then take over later on tonight. And then we also have freeze warnings in effect at this moment, and those will also carry over later on tonight and parts of Friday morning. So, of course, hitting the end of the growing season with these freeze warnings that are up to the north. I think it's safe to say growing season is about over. Now, we also have small craft advisories up further down toward the south. At the moment, we have nothing up on the radar and satellite. Some returns in Canada and showing up as snow. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but it's kind of interesting whatever's going on there this morning. But at the moment, as we zoom things out, the rest of the Northeast looking pretty quiet at the moment after a cold front has since passed through. Futurecast showing a quiet day under a partly cloudy sky, clearing out tonight with an opportunity for another frost and freeze on the way. Hourly forecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky, temperature is in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Dolly Parton easing fans' fears. In a new video posted to social media, Parton says she's okay. It comes after a post from her younger sister Frida asking fans to pray for the country music legend, which prompted some to worry about Dolly's health. She recently canceled her December residency in Las Vegas. A source close to the situation says Dolly's been dealing with kidney stones.
I did have to cancel some things so I could be closer to home, but I wanted you to know that I'm not dying.
George Clooney says Ocean's 14 is moving forward, telling E! News the movie, the follow-up to the Ocean's Caper series, will bring back much of the original cast, with filming expected to start next year. Saoirse Ronan will play Linda McCartney in the upcoming movies documenting the lives of the Beatles. The four-time Oscar nominee will play alongside Paul Mescal, who plays Paul. The set of 4 films are expected to come out in 2028. Rush is adding more dates to their reunion tour. The band will now play shows in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, Toronto, Fort Worth, and Cleveland. It marks the first time founding members Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson have toured together in 11 years.
There's something wrong here.
And happy birthday to Tony Shalhoub. The Emmy-winning actor best known for his TV role on Monk is 72 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
And still ahead, Jack Webb will have the day's sports news, and we'll meet our pet of the week. Don't go away.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust. We get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
Autumn is here,
That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
Triple S Tax Shop at 315 Hamden Road in Carmel has been in business for 26 years. After much consideration, we are announcing a retirement sale. Stop in before everything is gone. Open Tuesday through Friday, noon to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 4. Triple S Tax Shop in Carmel for quality clothing and equestrian gear. Our sincere appreciation to all our customers throughout the years.
My dad got shoved by an employee at the nursing home and broke his hip. When I asked management about it, they tried to cover it up and said it was an accident.
If a serious injury has happened at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
Our attorney at Lowry Law investigated and found out the truth. The nursing home had to take responsibility for what happened to my dad.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
Gotta be the best to beat the best, so we must be the best. Eyes on the prize when we in it. We can't see the rest. We stay on the grind when we in it. We don't need a rest.
It's game week for the Maine Black Bears. Welcome back in, folks. The Maine hockey team opens the season this Friday at home in Alfond Arena, and they're looking to polish some things before the weekend in more ways than one. Our Max Sturm has a story.
The Maine Black Bears hockey season is just days away as they'll host the Holy Cross Crusaders on Friday night at the newly renovated Alfond Arena. Even though their season hasn't officially started yet, the Black Bears have already been put to the test, losing in a shootout to their rival UNH during an exhibition game last Friday.
You got to be willing to play simple hockey, and that's we were not doing that the other night. We did a couple times. We got a forecheck. We, did some good things, but we turned way too many pucks over. We were going backwards with a lot of pucks, and we paid the price for it.
We got a lot of growth to build on, and a lot of new players, and I think as older players, we got to really get everyone on the same page.
This year's Black Bears squad has a much different look than last year's Frozen Four team. The 2025 roster contains 11 freshmen, many of whom got their first taste of college hockey last Friday. First-year forward Brock James says the transition from junior hockey to college is noticeable right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's definitely heavier. It's faster, and the structure is there. So for me, that's the biggest thing, and just playing within our structure and being able to do what our coaches want us to do and find success that way.
Looking ahead to Friday night's season opener, for players and fans alike, there is a lot more to be excited about than just the game. The new Alfond will play host to this year's Fan Fest, an afternoon full of different activities for Black Bears fans, including appearances from Barstool's Spitting Chicklets University and a concert from local Maine band 12OC. The Black Bears hope that hosting this event will shine an even brighter spotlight on what the team and university as a whole have been brewing here in Orono.
I think it's just it's really important for us to do these type of things as a university and as a athletics department up here. And we have this beautiful new facility. We have great fall weather, and even when it's cold, we did it last year, it was freezing cold and it was still cool.
Whenever the crowd's going, it's exciting, and it's always fun playing at the Alfond, and I can imagine as a fan it would be fun as well. So yeah, we're super excited.
In Orono, Max Sturm, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Really excited for this weekend. I know there's some fans that have been counting down the days since the TD Garden back in April. Just like the Black Bears, the Boston Bruins opened up a new season of hockey this week, where on Wednesday night they took on Washington for the first of 82. The Bees and Caps faced off at 7:30. Tonight's opener marked the debut of new head coach Marco Sturm. The former Bruins forward is excited to take over the reins and thinks this young Bruins team has a chance to be very good, but Sturm says this season is all about consistency.
I want to see growth, right? I want us to come together and get that identity back. Not just one day, not just one period. Very, very consistent. And, but yeah, that's my goal.
The Bruins ended up winning the game against Washington by a score of 3-1. They host the Blackhawks Thursday night at 7 for their home opener. The Patriots will try and make it 3 straight wins this Sunday when the Pats head to the Bayou to battle Alvin Kamara and the Saints. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff down in NOLA. The Patriots are still sky high over Sunday night's huge upset road win over Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, with everyone singing their praises. Quarterback Drake May, who's been one of the top QBs in the NFL so far, keeps improving week after week, but he knows the season is a marathon, not a sprint.
Obviously, it builds confidence. I think that's what Coach always preaches, kind of getting wins. The win column builds confidence, but you got to flush it and keep going and worry about, it's any given week in this league. You learn that really fast. So, everybody's got good players and good scheme, and the more you play, the more they get tape on you. So, pick up habits and tendencies.
Excited to see if the Pats can build off that win. Folks, it's time for our daily check-in with the Dexter Tigers. They look to overtake first place in the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights competition. They still sit down there in third with over 251,000 votes, but the team in first place is making some serious ground, folks. You can scan that QR code on your screen right now to get your vote in. Remember, you can vote every single day, and it doesn't limit you to just one screen. It can also be any email. So if you've got multiple emails, let's cheat the system a little bit here, folks. I don't care about moral victories or anything like that. We're cheating the system. Use multiple emails. Let's get Dexter Tiger up toward the Dexter Tigers up towards that first place. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
A few weeks ago, I went down to the basement to see what was happening with the boilers and opened the door, and there was about 12 to 14 inches of water in our basement. I knew who to call right away, and that was Bouchard. They were here within a half hour. They work well with our insurance company. They're very, very efficient, and all I have to do is call them any time of day. They're going to take care of me. Our business is our life, and that's why I don't hesitate to recommend them to other people.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Napa, Healing Strength Massage, Kyle McGeechan with Two Rivers Realty, Orland Variety, Rob's Hardware, Rose Bicycle, the John R. Crooker Agency, Varney Auto Group.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
Pet of the Week is brought to you by Women First for Child.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's time for our Pet of the Week segment, and we've got a beautiful little kitty here to join us today. Gabby joining us also from Bangor Humane Society. Good to see you, Gab.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So who'd you bring in this morning?
This is Crow.
Crow.
Yes,
Yeah.
Crow like the bird.
How appropriate.
Seriously, he's an all-black kitty. He's so soft. He's
Yeah.
like velvet. He's only 2 months old, and he came to us as a stray. So
Really?
we're not sure how that happened or where he came from or anything about his history, but we do know that he's a really fun, active guy, and he's purring up a storm right now.
Oh, I can hear it from here. He's got his little motor going.
Yep.
You
He's
know.
a really happy guy, and he should be a really good fit for pretty much any household. Slow introductions with other animals, as always, and kids should know how to handle a cat.
Right, right.
So really easy guy.
That's a good lesson for kids, though, to care for an animal like this. It's a commitment, but they learn how to care for another being. And
yeah, it is really
else.
good practice, and especially with a kitten, where a kitten is pretty active and kids can be pretty active. It's a pretty good balance. They keep each other busy.
Yeah. So this isn't too uncommon. Somebody found a kitten out somewhere and then just dropped him off.
Yep. Yeah, this guy actually came in through our animal control officer, so somebody likely called him in.
Right.
But yeah, we have no idea where he came from or if he really was a stray. He could definitely have been somebody's cat that they just obtained and didn't want anymore, but he's such a fun guy.
Oh, look at him. Yeah, I don't think he really wants to sit there, although he kind of likes that, I think.
He wants to be baby.
That's not a bad thing. Don't we all, though?
Yeah.
So you have a lot of animals there right now, just bursting at the seams?
A lot of cats right now, and quite a few dogs as well. We have, I believe earlier this week, we had 35 cats on the website.
Really?
So there's a lot of options right now, kittens, seniors, medical cases, some shy guys as well, but we definitely have a lot of cats right now. And we're supposed to be slowing down right now, but there's no chance in slowing down at this moment.
It doesn't seem like you guys ever really slow down anymore.
No.
So it's as easy as going by the Bangor Humane Society on Mount Hope Avenue and going in there and checking out some of the cats, and maybe you'll get matched up with one that's just right for you.
Definitely, we have a lot.
Yeah. In the meantime, you were saying you have a good way for the public out there, even if you don't want to adopt, you can support the Humane Society with thanks from the folks from Subaru, is it?
Yeah, Subaru of New England is partnering with us again. They partner with us most every October. They host an event called Subaru New England Loves Pets. So you guys can give us $10 just by posting a picture of your animal on social media for every post and hashtag used. The hashtag is SNE Loves Pets. That will give us $10 straight from Subaru. So it's a really awesome opportunity, and it's pretty easy to do. Just look at pictures of your pets and choose the best one and post it.
And how do they know? How do they know?
How does
Subaru know that?
They keep track of the hashtags on social media. I'm not sure
Really?
how it works on the back end, but they definitely keep track and count, and it's really easy.
Bottom line is, it's as easy as posting your picture of your pet, which everybody does anyway.
Yep.
Put the hashtag on there, and then $10 more for the Humane Society.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Win-win for the animals and for us. We get to look at pictures of your pets all day, so it's really awesome.
That's great. Well, I'll have to do that myself.
Thank you.
How did everything go with Paws on Parade?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different not having the dogs there,
Right.
but of course we want to keep everybody safe. We would hate for somebody to show up with their dog and get parvo. So
Right.
it was for the best that we avoided that, but Paws was really fun. It was a beautiful day, and we had lots of people come and visit and lots of vendors, which was awesome.
Oh, it's so nice to see the community support out there, too.
It was really nice. It was fun.
Well, thank you, Gabby, for coming in. It's
you.
nice to meet little Crow here, too. Hopefully he, or is it he?
He.
Hopefully he finds a new home here pretty soon. I imagine he will.
I hope so.
So I'll focus. All right, thank you. And we're going to send things back over to Devin for a final look at that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Already advisories to talk about. A frost advisory further off toward the west that will expire at 8 a.m. this morning. And then freeze warnings take over further off toward the west. Later on tonight through parts of Friday morning, freeze warnings up for parts of Bangor and areas nearby. Not only this morning, but those also continue for parts of tonight through parts of Friday morning. I think it's safe to say the growing season pretty much about over for us. I think this freeze warning will pretty much end things, and also a small craft advisory along the coast. Wave heights are active out there at around 2 to 5 feet this morning, even more active farther out towards sea at around 11 feet at this moment in time. Radar and satellite, the cold front has since passed through, and a little bit of return showing up on there this morning, trying to show a little bit of clouds, and it's trying to show a little bit of what looks like to be some snow in Canada. That's pretty interesting this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. So definitely hitting that time of the year where I wouldn't be surprised. So that's definitely an interesting return showing up on the radar picture there this morning. But of course, sports, nothing to worry about for us. We're going to be quiet out there for us today. That cold front has since passed through. High pressure, there it is right there. That's going to be the case for us today, and it's going to be a beautiful one out there with a partly cloudy sky, a little bit cooler. Some gusty winds to watch out for, but those will calm down overnight for us with a mostly clear sky. Another frost and freeze on the way for us. Then as we head towards your Friday, another mostly sunny sky. And then once we head towards Friday night, a few passing clouds, but still overall will be mostly clear. But overall for today, here's what we're looking at. Mid-50s, partly cloudy and windy, and that northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Overnight, mostly clear. There's that frost and freeze with lows in the low 30s. West wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly sunny, and a southwest breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Mostly sunny for your Saturday with highs in the mid-60s, lower 60s for your Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky, and then rain chances for your Monday with highs in the mid-50s.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We take care of you from cleanup to construction 24/7. When disaster strikes, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
Are you guys ready for the Battle of the States to begin?
Yes, Chef. 50 chefs, 50 times the pressure.
Get out!
Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States, all new tonight on Fox.
Number 1 Ohio State takes on Illinois. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
The battle for seconds rages on.
Every ounce that we have coming down to the wire.
The NHRA on Fox.
An 82-year-old woman in Japan is taken to the hospital after a bear attack. Security cameras on a construction firm's building shows the woman being attacked by the bear from behind during a walk. Local media reports the victim suffered some scratches to her face. Bear attacks have occurred in other parts of the country recently. In one instance, a bear injured 2 men after entering a supermarket in Nabata, which is about 81 miles north of Tokyo. That happened on Tuesday. Well, more from luscious locks to presidential tresses. Art made from historic hair, now finding a new home as a hair museum closes. Layla Cahoon ran Layla's Hair Museum in Missouri for nearly 30 years until she passed away in November. Cahoon collected various forms of art that included hair from historical figures, ranging from Marilyn Monroe to Ozzy Osbourne. Cahoon was fascinated by hair because of her career as a hairdresser. Her granddaughter, Lindsay Evans, says the museum is now closing, but she's working with museums across the country to rehouse the art. Evans estimates the total collection is worth more than $1 million. Very interesting. And it could cost you more if you want to visit the most magical place on Earth. Reports say Disney plans to hike its prices for people to attend its Disneyland and Disney World resorts. Prices will reportedly increase to nearly $200 for a single-day ticket. During the park's busiest days, The reports also says Disney plans to bump up the cost for 5 of its 7 ticket tiers at Disneyland in California by up to 3%. Disney says it offers a variety of ticket, hotel, and dining options to accommodate all of its fans at each park. I was reading they're planning to raise prices for parking and just about everything else too. Kind of a sign of the times these days. All right, that'll do it for this hour. We thank you so much for joining us. Susan Farley will be here at noon on ABC 7 with all the day's latest news. We hope you'll tune in for that. I'm Craig Colson, and for everyone here, we hope you have a great day.